Good morning, guys. Good morning. And I am so glad that you are here with me on today. Well, listen, it is Wisdom Wednesday, and I just wanted to tap in just a little bit to let you know that, did I say I'm so glad you're here? If I didn't, I am. And secondly, we got to go in this community. So I need for you to like, I need for you to share, I need for you to subscribe, and so you can get a daily dose of inspiration so we can grow and take over this nation. I like the way that flowed. I'll stick with that today. But I just want you to know that when you, chosen ones, when you are on the verge of something great, the higher you go, the lower they go. I want to say that just one more time. When you are on the verge of something great, you can always tell when you have arrived, because the higher you go, the lower they go. I just want to say, just from a personal experience, that I never knew what a troll was, not in this community. I mean, I would hear people say things about a troll, or say things that people would say nasty things about you, but I never understood it until it started manifesting in my experience. And I can understand that I'm going higher, because the higher I go, the lower they go. They say things like, your hair is a weave when this is my hair. Even though I've worn weave before, but it's my business. They say things like, you shouldn't. It's just the typical. Well, I don't want to give it too much energy, but I want you to understand, chosen ones, that when you are on the verge of greatness, when God has elevated your life, the higher you go, the lower they're gonna go. And it's so interesting. That's why God takes his time to develop us before we arrive. Sometimes we get a little frustrated because we feel that we should be manifesting things a little bit faster. But God understands what comes with that type of manifestation. He understands that you have to really learn how to tap into him in such a way that you are not reactive, that you are responsive. So when you're responsive, you that interprets its way into responsibility. So it's a large responsibility in order to impact millions of people. It's a large responsibility in order to stay rooted in the things of God as you elevate, because everyone wants to elevate, but I want you to understand that when you elevate, sometimes it's a little late. And the reason why your elevation sometimes is delayed, because God fine-tunes you for the assignment. He develops your capacity for what's to come. He makes sure that you learn how to master your emotions enough to where you're not popping off at your mouth, because the higher you go, the lower they go. When you arrive to a higher position, the lower they go beneath you. They begin to kind of throw daggers. See, the devil gets angry when us as chosen ones began to take flight, because the whole goal is to have us weighted down with sandbags. It's almost like a hot air balloon, and you have sandbags on you, and those sandbags are I like to relate to them as trials and tribulations and things that pop up in our life to kind of keep us from flying. But every time you master something in the heavens, God will allow that particular adversary to fall off from you. And then you get a little bit flight from you. And the higher you go, the lower they're going to go, to pull you back into what's familiar, to pull you back in things that are not good for you. And then you master that. And then that spiritual sandbag falls. And then you get a little height on you. But the higher you go, the lower they go. Every time you master the dagger of somebody saying that your hair is a weave, the dagger of them saying that you're a woman, you're not supposed to talk about God, the dagger that they throw when they say things about your appearance, the dagger that they throw when they say things about you in general. When they throw their daggers, you begin to just go a little bit higher. Because in the midst of that, when you can say, oh, I must be making some spiritual waves in my environment, because the devil show is angry, because he'll send imps and little minions to kind of throw daggers, because the higher you go, the lower they're going to go. So I'm just here, chosen ones, to let you know on this Wisdom Wednesday, I want to go ahead on and set the expectation so that you will not be taken by surprise. I want to go ahead and set the expectation so that you will be equipped when the evil ones come running. I want to go ahead on and set the expectation to let you know that the higher you go, the lower they go. The higher you go, the lower they're going to go. So then, the question becomes, what are you going to do when they go low? Are you going to go low? Or are you going to go even higher? Are you going to allow their low to pull you out of the flow of God? Are you going to look at that low like, oh, I sure enough thank you, God, because you're taking me higher, and ain't nobody mad but the devil, and go higher? So as you go about your day on this Wisdom Wednesday, I want you to think about that. If the evil one is showing up and expressing himself in your environment by taking personal attacks at you, your appearance, your ministry, whatever you are creating, I want you to get excited. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to gain more power. And I want you to understand, baby, that you're going higher, because the higher you go, the lower they go. And until the next video, guys, peace, because you were created to soar, and I still believe in you. Bye now.